So Isaiah, how did it feel to be back out there on Saturday?
Felt great. It's fun being out with the guys again.
What was your favorite part about just being out there, finally being able to suit up?
Honestly, I'd probably say the run out and then always the 22 victory at the end of the game.
Did you notice, and every time you touched the ball, it sounded like you might as well have just scored a touchdown. I mean, what was that like to hear all of Bobcat Nation just erupting when you were getting the catches?
The first carry was awesome. I heard all of Bobcat Nation and I loved it. Then second carry, I was like, I need to lock in. Still got a game to win.
Well, I think you had 2 yards in the first and then 18 yards in the second. I mean, to break a couple tackles and get a long gain, I mean, describe that feeling a little bit.
That just kind of gave me confidence throughout the game and made me feel better about coming back so fast.
And Vegan said that you might be better than you've been. Do you agree with that? I guess. Do you feel like you're going to be better?
This is the first time I feel as healthy as I do right now in some time. So yeah.
Like since 2019 probably, or even before that. Okay. So what's been this process like to come back? I mean, how tough has it been? How's the rehab? I guess.
The rehab went well. There were some downs in there. There's some ups too, but like just being around the guys and being around the team is what helped me most throughout rehab.
Were there moments of doubt or moments of hardship, I guess, during it?
I wouldn't say any moments of doubt. There was definitely moments of hardship. I thought that at one point I wouldn't be able to come back or make a return for this season, but I'm happy that I did this past weekend.
And what made you decide to come back next year too?
What made me decide to come back next year?
Yeah, for like what kind of was that went into deciding to redshirt or I guess was that a tough decision or was that pretty simple?
It was pretty simple. I looked at the schedule. I wasn't cleared for Montana, and I knew that we had 4 games after that, so I might as well come back and get a full year instead of just playing 4 and being out.
This rushing attack has been so effective all season. I mean, what was it like to kind of be back there with Sean and Tommy and Elijah and all those guys?
It was awesome. Coach Housewright does a great job of coming up with new formations and new sets to get us opportunities to run the ball and whatnot. So it was just fun to be out there with them.
And this is, I guess, the first time you've been able to play in a game with that offensive line. You've seen it from the sideline. What was that like, being out on the field and seeing what they've done leading up to this point, but now getting to be in there yourself?
I was hyped. I have some nasty dudes up in front of me that they bring max effort every single play, so it was fun getting the chance to run behind them.
Describe, so you say you feel better than you've ever felt, healthier than you've ever felt. What does that feel like?
I just feel fresh legs. I'm not really sore or anything. The knee that I did have surgery on isn't hurting or anything. It's not swollen, so I feel pretty good right now.
Which was the first hit that kind of knocked the rust off and you felt like you were playing football again?
I'd have to say the second carry. I think it was the outside zone. I broke a few tackles and then got into the red zone.
Is there a little nervousness that first time before you really take that real game speed hit?
No. I feel like the nerves were kind of out. I had 2 weeks to get ready, including the bye week and then the week leading up to the game, so I was pretty confident.
When you were out, what were some of the things you tried to focus on to be an impact? Tommy kind of talked about it after the game, that it felt like you were here all year in presence. Like, how'd you help focus and keep the guys locked in and still contribute?
When I wasn't playing?
Yeah.
I would just help whatever I can. Like the running backs would ask me questions if they missed pulls or whatnot, and I'll just tell them trust your first cut and just fire through. Really,
How does this offense compare to last year, both schematically and then the line you're running behind as well?
I would say last year was a lot more inside zone. This year the guys are a little more athletic. They don't have as tough of a time getting to the second level, so it makes it easier on like the perimeter and running outside zone.
Obviously, early in the week, but when we know coming out Friday, showdown, what stands out to you about them, if anything?
They're a very, very fast defense, and the linebackers run the ball, so it's going to be a fun matchup on Friday.
And a little off the topic of the game on Friday, obviously Sonny Holland, the greatest Bobcat, recently passed away. Does that add any meaning into this playoff run for you guys?
I think that we're going to be playing harder for him. I know that the older guys got a chance to talk to him and meet him a couple times in the past years, so yeah.
Were you able to meet him ever?
Yeah, I talked to him a few times. He's a great guy, great leader, and he's honestly the reason why we have so much success.
What did you
just mean with this program in general from a player standpoint?
He means a lot. The first time I met him, I was kind of like in awe. Like we always touch the trophy out there, and it's different when the physical presence is there and he has a chance to talk to you. So
Was there any extra sentiment walking into the BAC today, seeing that statue outside?
Yeah, definitely. I felt like I looked at it a little longer, and just knowing that his statue's here, it means a lot, and that we'll play a lot harder on Friday and for the rest of the playoff run.
I know we saw you working out before the Cal Poly game. You had the bye week. What was that last month kind of like for you leading up to your first game back?
I was just trying to do everything right. I knew that I wasn't going to be able to play in Cal Poly or the Grizz, but I warmed up like I was, and after that week, after Cat Grizz week, I just kind of tried to do everything right leading up to the game against Weber.
Yeah, and Coach Vegan mentioned kind of building your stamina back up. I guess what kind of goes into that?
Just running plays, really. We kind of have like a fast tempo offense, so getting back into the shape of things the first week was hard, but I feel like I'm in pretty good shape right now.
I think you were on punt team, is that right? Or punt coverage team?
Punt block return.
Punt
yeah.
block return. Were you playing any other special teams, or was that just okay? But I mean, what's I know a lot of starters play special teams here. I mean, what's that like for you to do it? I don't know if you did last year, but just describe, I guess, why so many guys do play special teams.
It's just an opportunity to get on film, really. I mean, like, special teams is one of the things where a lot of people don't like doing it, but I feel like with all the guys in here, the first thing you learn is special teams. So